I've been told that this YouTube stuff goes to my head, and I'm living in a YouTube fantasy world.
Yeah!
What's going on, gangsters? Movie John here, and I'm just going to tell you a few things of why I do YouTube. But like I said, yes, that person said them things about me, and I'm not going to mention any names, because if I do, they're going to run and cry on Facebook and say nasty things about me like they already have before. So it's not really worth my freaking time. They will be lucky if the next time I see them in public, I don't bust their ass. But anyway, we're not going to keep wasting time on that certain person. You know, it's a pity, it's a shame. I said I wasn't going to do a video and say anything, but, you know. But anyway, I'm just talking about stuff that, why I do YouTube and stuff. And it's not because I think I'm better than anybody, or living in some kind of fantasy YouTube world. I really don't understand that one. But, you know, I do have a life. I do have friends outside of Facebook. So it's not like I'm just sitting around and I don't have a job and I just do YouTube videos all the freaking time. And I don't let it get to my head like I'm some celebrity or anything. I joke about a lot of stuff, maybe something similar to that sometimes or whatever. And I do like reality videos and stuff about my life and everything. But I don't really act like I'm better than anybody else. There's a lot of more YouTubers out there that do so much better than I am. I mean, there's millions out there that do a lot better than I am. So if I say anything, you know, acting like I'm some big shot or some shit, I don't really understand where that ever came from. But I just do YouTube for a lot of certain reasons. Back when I first started, I first got a YouTube channel was in 2009. It was about 2 years after I got a divorce and had my youngins and stuff. They were growing up and stuff, and that was back with the old well, not the camera. I didn't have a camera at the time. It was back with the old computer and a computer desk and all that good stuff, and I had a webcam. It all started just by showing off movies, stuff that I bought, updates and stuff. I watched a few people. Cool Duder was one of them. Mr. Parker was another one, and Wet Movie 1, and all three of them still do videos and stuff to this day. But then I started watching other people and more, and you know, I watched for about 2 or 3 months, and finally I got a webcam and decided I wanted to just do some videos and stuff. Basically at that time it was just showing off movies and stuff. I didn't know what else to do, you know. I had a webcam. I couldn't really take it with me or do anything. But as time went on, and I got a flip cam at one time for a while, I started to film different things and stuff. You know, one thing that I like about doing YouTube is you can do basically what you want as long as you're not naked or doing some kind of violent shit or something. And sometimes that stuff's on here anyway, and they get it taken off, but I'm not doing all that stuff. But, you know, it just making content, you know, stuff about movies, stuff about toys and other things that I like and stuff. Because I see a lot of other people do that kind of stuff and want to interact with them. And as time went on, you know, I started adding a little bit of real life into my videos and stuff. And doing more than just updates and stuff, and showing off different things and stuff, and showing, doing a little bit of vlogging and stuff. I started watching people that did a little bit of vlogs and stuff. So I, you know, wandered into that world. And it was pretty cool, you know, at times, and I've got better and better at it, and, you know, I'm not the greatest at it or whatever, but, you know, I just like doing that. It's a hobby of mine, you know. At first, the first year or two, I didn't really talk about my life that much. Maybe that's where it comes. I'm living in a YouTube fantasy land or whatever, where, you know, I'm doing stuff and I'm letting people into my life a little bit more. And a lot of people don't do that stuff, but the first few years I didn't. I didn't never do that. You know, whoever I was with at the time, or, you know, I didn't really bring my kids involved into a whole lot of stuff. They might have been in a little intro or something, but that was about it. But it just kept evolving, you know, more and more and more. And it was just something I like to do, you know. I can't help it. It's just a hobby, and it goes with the other hobbies that I have. And that's just the way it went. You know, I've had good times and bad times on here, and I went through a lot of stuff over the last few years. And, you know, some things that I had filmed and stuff with, you know, family members and everything else on here and stuff, and people that was close to me in my life, it's just something that it just came natural. You know, there's people out there that film every little thing, you know. I don't film everything. There's some days where I want to film some stuff, and hanging out with Movie John was one of them that was born. And you know, a lot of people liked that stuff and liked watching it, you know, and give me a lot of comments and stuff on it. So I just decided to keep doing it, you know, and because I don't buy stuff all the time, you know, like movies and stuff. So I didn't have like updates. I haven't had one of them in like 4 months now. But one will be coming here soon, except for the little mail calls. You know, I got one of them every once in a while, but like a collection update. You know what I mean, gangsta? But I feel relaxed when I'm sitting in front of the camera and talking about things that I like. You know, you go to work and not everybody has a job that they like. My job, you know, it's all right. It's not always, it's not really the hardest job. You know, sometimes we work harder in some days than other days. And, you know, but I am doing a little bit better at this job and stuff. And I do work a little bit more hours than I did from my last job. So when I'm getting home and stuff and I get to hang out with Rousey, or, you know, we're going to watch some wrestling or do something. But there's times where I just want to sit in front of this camera. You know, I've been thinking about this stuff all day long about this video. Now, does that make me crazy or obsessive or whatever? No, it's just something I like to do. Like I said, a hobby of mine, where I just want to get in front of the camera and do my video, interact with people that I don't know, which, you know, that came across too before from someone saying, you know, you think these people online are your friends and stuff. You need to focus on people that's around you and that you call your friends at times, because you're losing them friends. I only lost one, and that's you. You know who you are. You can't be watching this because you're blocked. But all jokes aside, I guess you could log out and then just go on YouTube and just type my name in and still see this video if you want to. But we're not going to keep on getting into that subject. But, you know, it's just something that I like to do. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't, you know, and showing stuff off, you know, I've heard that from a friend before. I don't need to show off every time I get a movie or every time I get a figure or whatever. I don't really have to either, but I interact with people and I watch videos where they do the same thing and we talk about them and I comment about their stuff and they do the same with mine. So maybe, you know, if you think I'm living in a fantasy world because I'm talking to somebody through YouTube, then so be it. I don't have a whole lot of friends around here that actually get into the same kind of stuff that I do. I have a few, and it's fun to get to hang out when I can hang out with them, like Scotty Slasher or Jason Scott that owns Spookables. I've done videos from there, or Larry from Welcome Back Collectibles. You know, he don't collect or anything, but, you know, he buys some cool stuff, and I talk to him and buy cool stuff from him and everything. But it's fun to talk about that. It's almost like a release for me, you know what I mean? And there's been times where just doing videos and getting stuff off my chest, you know, shooting the shit stuff I've had. You know, sometimes it's just talking about normal things that's happening in life. And then there's some things that, you know, it's been some issues in my life and stuff. And just, I put it out there, you know. I'm not that private about a lot of things. You know, I could have shown a lot more over the years, but, you know, it's just, that's why I like YouTube. And, yeah, there's mean people out there that's going to hate on me or whatever, but, you know, who cares, you know? They give you a thumbs down or whatever. I'll just say they're jealous. They're jealous because they want to do this kind of stuff, or they don't do it as good as I do, or, you know, like I said, I do videos, I think, better than some people out there, but, you know, there's people out there that do a lot better than me. But it's just something that you can get out there and you know, put your voice out there. It's kind of like Kristen Slater and Pump Up the Volume. He gets on there and he does his radio station, you know, he's a little show and stuff. and he gets viewers, and people start hearing him talk, and he puts his words out there. But then when he goes to school, he's quiet, you know. And there's times where I kind of relate to that. I'm, you know, not real talkative sometimes, and I'm kind of quiet and stuff when I meet people, and you know, just like my people that I work with and stuff, where they didn't know I was on YouTube and stuff, and I didn't really talk about it. But it's kind of like that, you know. That's how YouTube is to me, like Christian Slater's character on Pump Up the Volume, how he got that release, and he got to put it out there, and that's why, you know, that's kind of like I am with YouTube and everything. But to the viewers that actually like my videos, give me comments, and you know, there's been people that I've talked to for years on here that I consider friends, and I've met some of them at conventions and stuff, and there's some that I haven't met ever, and they live halfway across the country, but I consider them a friend. And I've told some of them some issues and problems that I've had in life and stuff, and they talked and helped me through them and stuff. I don't think there's got to be a person sitting in front of you helping you all the time and stuff like that. So that right there means a lot to me, from somebody that I haven't met in life, but I've been talking to for 6, 7, 8 years, that I could sit there and confide in when I didn't have somebody to confide in me, you know, talk to me and stuff. When I was down in the dumps, you know what I mean? You know, people get like that, and I got to talk to, you know, some people. And then people that are watching these videos, they know who they are. It's just something I like to do, man, YouTube. And one day, if it's gone away, then it's gone away. But I hope not. I hope it sticks around. I don't see why it wouldn't go, you know, stick around. But just recording yourself. And then one day, yeah, old movie John might be done with it. I said one time I was done before, and I took a whole year off. And now it's just like, I don't know, man. I got with old Rousey here, and, you know, she gets in the videos with me and stuff now, and that's cool and all. And now she's spun off and got her own channel and everything. I got her like doing it, and she's learning stuff, and she just talks about, you know, what she wants to talk about. Maybe that'll be a release for her sometimes, you know. But we can talk to each other about problems and stuff. It ain't like we don't do that. But, you know, other things that she might want to talk about, or she get in my live stream videos or stuff, you know, and just talk to people out there that just want to talk to us. Some people think we're freaking awesome, and some people probably think we're stupid as hell, but it's just, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt, or whatever they say, you know what I mean? It's just something that just makes me feel better to do a video and put it out there. I don't do one every day, and sometimes I do, you know, 4 or 5 days in a row, and then sometimes I might miss a few days. But here in the last year, I've done quite a bit of videos, and it's just an outlet. It's just a fun outlet, and I like to show off things, and I'm not showing stuff off saying, hey, look what I got, and I'm better than you, or anything like that, and no matter what some people probably have told people or act like that. It's just my hobby and my collections and stuff, and showing off and talking to people that collect and buy the same kinds of stuff that I buy, and like to show their stuff off and show part of their life sometimes, because there's a lot of people on here that likes watching freaking vlogs and shit, you know. You can go out and film me in the graveyard like we did one time. People viewed it, people commented, you know. It's just, some people like watching other people. I don't have the most exciting life or anything. I work, you know, 50 to 55 hours a week, and weekends off, and that's, you know, get to do a few things here and there. But it's getting winter time, you can't do a whole lot of that stuff anymore in the cold and everything. So, but stay tuned to more videos is all I can say. This is some things, some reasons that I do YouTube and why I like it. And I don't think I'm some big hot shot just because I do a freaking video. So that person's watching, oh well. Sorry, I didn't say your damn name this time, so you don't got to run your mouth on Facebook about me. You're blocked on everything else, and that's the way that goes. But anyway, to the rest of you that actually like me and think that I'm cool and watch my videos and like my stuff that I show off, give you a thumbs up, gangsters. Till next time.